We're here with our women's head soccer coach, Jason Burr, to talk about the upcoming games this weekend. Mastodons trying to get their first road win at Central Michigan and then return home on Sunday for Loyola of Chicago. Coach, talk about the teams you're facing this weekend and what you're kind of up against.
Well, Central Michigan's another MAC team for us, and it's always good to play against those teams in the non-conference season. They're going to be an athletic program that's got some physical players, and I'm sure they've got some attacking players that are pretty talented. So it's going to be another good test for us to prepare for what really matters for us, which is our first game of the conference against South Dakota, which is something that we've been preaching to the team quite a bit about. And so I think their athleticism is going to be good for us. It's just another good challenge there. And then Loyola, I'm pretty good friends with their head coach, Barry Bimby there, and he has really started to get them kind of rolling and moving the right direction. And I think they're going to be a team that is going to challenge our back line, going to challenge our focus during the game, and a group that I know we're going to have to play 90 minutes to get a result against. I think they're going to probably come out and press us pretty hard defensively, and so we're going to have to really focus on quality first touch and making sure that our vision is good, so we're connecting with players and linking up with players on the field that maybe aren't in such high pressure situations. So another good two challenges for us in one of our last three games before we start the conference season.
And does your focus change every week depending on who you're playing, or do you kind of try to keep the same concepts every week going forward?
It's a really good question. We've been trying to really focus on us, especially recently.
Mm-hmm.
That's been kind of a big charge for the team right now, is to take care of our business, and hopefully that will lead to good results down the future. We had noticed earlier on in the season that we were sort of adjusting to the opponent and trying to let them sort of dictate what we do. Mm-hmm. And so that's something the last couple of games, we actually made a statement about that this weekend, the past weekend, that we didn't want to adjust to anyone else anymore, and we wanted to force teams to have to adjust to some of the things that we were doing. And so that was something we hit really hard from a mentality or psychology standpoint this week, was making sure that our kids understood what we wanted to do and not necessarily how we needed to balance ourselves against what the opponent is doing.
Against Valparaiso last week, the defense played well. Unfortunately, gave up that late goal, but all around solid defensive effort. What led to that, and how can you use that performance going forward?
I think a lot of it was just the team really started to work for each other. We'd have a player that might make a mistake, and rather than all of us kind of watching that player recover from that mistake, it was more of someone else stepping up to the plate and trying to help a teammate and focus on supporting one another defensively. And I think we did a really great job with that. Even there were times where our goalkeeper put herself maybe in a tough situation because she was trying to track a ball down in the 18-yard box. And we have several, 3, 4, 5 players that were scrambling to get in the goal mouth for her to protect the goal. And so it was a pretty incredible thing to see that, no matter what happens, I think that's been the biggest change in the mentality of the group recently was, no matter what happens, we're going to fight for each other, and we're going to be loyal for one another, and we're going to challenge each other to do better. But at the same time, if someone can't rise to the task of that moment, we've got players that are going to be willing to step up to bat for them and help them out in any way that they can.
Okay, great. Well, good luck this weekend, Coach.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.